Tell me about yourself.
Once again, I am Asia Johnson, a second-year accounting student from Orlando, Florida, and I attend Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida. On campus, I'm a part of two organizations, National Association for Black Accountants and Women's Student Union. Although I don't hold any leadership roles in these organizations, I'm a part of the Community Service Committee in both organizations, and because I believe that giving back to the community is very important. My past work experience is a store associate at Forever 21 and a Victoria's Secret general mills in Orlando, Florida. And when I have free time, I like to hang out with friends, go to the beach, or bake.
What do you know about Nelson Corporation?
Nielsen was formerly known as AC Nielsen. It's a leading global information and measurement company that provides market research, insight, and data about what people watch, listen, and buy.
Tell me about a time that you had to adapt to a difficult situation.
The winter break of my freshman year, that's when I started working at Victoria's Secret as a generalist. And they had already hired their seasonal employees, but I got hired after that process. So Victoria's Secret is normally busy when they have their semi-annual sales, and that's when I was working one day when the store got really busy and they needed extra people to work the cash register, and they told me to come work on one of the cash register, and I had never worked on the cash register before, never got any training for it. So they were like, well, just stick it out, watch what other girls are doing, or just ask for help. It was very difficult because I would forget to take the sensors off the clothes, or I'll shut the drawer back before I give the customer the right amount of change. And so, like, days after that, I worked on the cash register more and more. And then a week after that, I became a professional on the cash register.
Give me an example of a time you had to contribute to a teamwork environment.
In my PLD class freshman year, we had to do a scavenger hunt around SBI. And before the scavenger hunt started, my teacher gave us time to plan out what we would do in order to win. My teammates were coming up with ideas, but they really weren't good strategic plan. So I came up with a strategic plan, and they liked the idea. So when the scavenger hunt, we followed through the plan, and we came back. We were the first team to come back, and we won in our class. And then a week later, we learned that we had the fastest time out of all of her classes.
Give me an example of a time you introduced a new idea or procedure.
In the summer of 2016, I got the opportunity and was hired to work for a new Forever 21 that was opening up. And on the first day of our grand opening, I was placed in the fitting room. And our Forever 21 is much smaller than a regular Forever 21. So the fitting room was kind of jam packed, especially with all the new people excited about the grand opening. So when people were trying on their clothes and didn't want them, which we call them go backs, we hang them up on a rack, and the rack got out of control. And that night I was closing, and so placing the go backs was very hard because the jeans was mixed up with skirts, and the skirts were mixed up with shirts and dresses. So it was hard to depict what clothing item goes where. So I came back 2 days to work my other shift, and before my shift started, I told the manager that we should section off the rack so we can put the skirts where they need to go, the shirts where they needed to go, and make little tabs to section off the racks. She was like, okay, and so she gave me these hangers, but we made them out of tabs, and to section off everything. And when clothing ended, when the store closed, I was. It took me a very short amount of time to put back the go backs, and so after that, everyone loved the idea, and now they have actual tabs where they section off instead of the hangers, and everyone is quick on their go bags.
Give me an example of a time when you tried to accomplish something but failed.
The first semester of my freshman year, I took a class called Introduction to Information Systems. The first test that we took, I failed tremendously. Like, I've never seen a grade like that before. So I told myself I had to study different and change my study habits. So when he announced the next test, I studied days before, and on the day before the test, I studied more, and I stayed up all night studying, and I barely got any sleep. And the next day, I took the test, and then when we got to the class that Thursday, he passed up the test, and I saw that I still failed. And yeah,
What is your greatest weakness?
I would say my greatest weakness is helping others before myself. I love when people come back to me and tell me that me helping them or teaching them something really helped them or succeed in whatever they had to do. And when I do that, I tend to have work that I also have to do, and I'm like, it's not that I'm procrastinating my work, it's just that I have to finish my work and I might have to stay up later hours to finish it when I could have told that person, hold on, let me finish this before I help you. But I help them before I help myself. And yeah,
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
in 5 years, I see myself in a higher position within the company. I have traveled across half of the world and I'm just moving in my new house that I purchased.
Do you have any questions for our company? If so, what are they?
Yes, I have two questions. My first question is, what are the prospects for growth and advancements, and how would you describe a typical day for this position?
Thank you for interviewing with our company. Hopefully, you will hear from us, and best of luck in your future endeavors.